So we're day two of embracing this new journey of wellness, and we're probably going to flip things. I think yesterday we showed you guys the basic exercises, the introduction to movement again, and this time we're going to show you actually what should preempt it is going to be the warm-up. So our bad, but you're not paying us, so just deal with it. Anyway, so we're gonna run through this. It's a great way to start, just to fire up the whole system, just to kind of hit the switches and get everything activated. I think even when I was in the gym on those days that I was really not wanting to work out, as soon as I ran through my warm-ups, I was like, oh my goodness, it just kind of kicked things into gear, and I kind of just got everything stimulated to move forward. So these are great, they're gentle, they're in a progressional order for a reason, and it just kind of kicks things into gear. So be blessed.
All right, so when we first start out, it's important for us to embrace the fact that our posture is terrible. But we're changing that. Most of us haven't really been taught the importance of it, but while you're exercising, this is just kind of an added thing to think about while we're engaging our body through every single movement. So the first thing I want to talk about is elevating the chest upward so that you're actually standing tall. The second part of that is bringing those shoulder blades back. The third part of it is bringing in and having a soft knee so that you're actually feeling kind of the weight of your body with your hips being pressed slightly forward to engage your bum. And then the final component that is the absolute most important is focusing on your abdominal complex. You're going to hear us talk a lot in their videos about drawing the belly button in through the backbone, and you probably will see it on the other video of our first workout. And I want you to imagine like you have a string attached to your belly button and it's actually getting pulled through your back. So you're going to actually do all of that in a drawing in movement. And so before we start, we even like to have people do it and hold it for a count of 5. And so let's just start from this point of relaxing everything. You're going to stand up straight, draw the shoulder blades back, soft knees, tip that pelvis under, and then I want you to pull the belly button in. Pull it in and hold it. Now if you've noticed, I've got it all nice and tight and I'm still talking. Relax. I'm going to do it again. It's nice and drawn in. If you cannot talk while you're doing this, then that means you're holding your breath and you're using the wrong muscles. This could take a little bit of practice, but if we don't have this foundation set, then we can't do the rest of it. This will help prevent injury, but it also will help you while you're walking, even while you're sitting. And it's amazing when you have somebody that has great posture, just the level of, what's the word I want to use, confidence. Your confidence increases and people can actually see that in you just by making one little change. So if you do nothing else today, focus on your posture, but use this even throughout the warm-ups and through all the exercises we show you. So the first thing that we're going to show you is what's called the dead bug, or you can call it live bug, however you want to. Again, it's just a word. Ken starts by laying down on his back, and he's going to draw that core in, activating that belly button through the backbone.
I call it drawing.
Drawing. So with that, he's going to raise up his right leg with a slight bend, with a slight bend, and he's going to bring up his left. And at this point, you will feel it in the abdominal complex area, especially if you've been a couch potato like I have been. The next movement with that is you're going to simply take the heel of the right foot, touch it to the ground, bring it back up, left, down, and bring it back up. Notice that he's keeping that 90-degree bend in his knee the whole time, engaging the abdominal complex. Ken, will you please show the advanced move? The advanced move is opposite arm, opposite leg. I know it looks silly, but the whole reason why we're showing you these in this order is we are warming the body up from the inside out, starting with the core. So it's a progression of movements. We do it the same every time. After 5 years of doing this, going on year 6, we still do these warm-ups. Thank you.
I will say that a lot of people lose the core issue there, that when you start moving the arms and the legs, this is a focus. You got to focus to keep your core drawn in, the abdominal region drawn in. So if you lose that, just put both your feet down and reinitiate.
Even if you have to do one leg at a time, and instead of doing them both simultaneously, just bring the right leg up, bring it back down. Bring the left leg up and bring it back down. It's all a progression.
Okay, so this is number 2, and this is called the fire hydrant, and we're working on the hip complex. And this is a very gentle movement. A lot of people think, hey, fire hydrant, and they're just going to let it go. But what I like to do is I'll go on all fours, and I slide one knee back. Let's take the forward knee here. So I just slide gently back, a couple inches. And then when I engage, I just lift up. It's a very small motion. It's 3, 4, maximum 6 inches of sweeping, and you just open up that hip complex. And it's very gentle. You're not going to feel a lot, but again, it's just initiating motion to that region, just to, like I say, just to initiate. So that's basic.
The other thing with that, make sure you engage the core, draw the belly button into the backbone, and also make sure your hips stay in alignment with your shoulders. This is not the way it is. This is not good form. Bad form, bad form. Keeping it stationary, just like that. The next movement that we're going to do is called the single leg balance. So you're going to just do this by drawing the core in first, making sure everything's tight, expand the rib cage, keeping your chest up high, your face facing forward. You are going to put your arms out to the side for balance, and you're going to just raise one foot up. And notice that Ken is moving around his ankle. You want a soft knee on the leg that is balancing you, and then you're just going to trace the alphabet. So go through A to Z, and then you'll switch to the other side. I will let you know that if you find that you're having issues with balance, that is actually very normal. A lot of us, if we've been sedentary, we haven't allowed our body to be able to feel what it's like through the use of proprioception for our body communicating from the ground all the way up to our brain what we need to stabilize, what are primary muscle movers and secondary and all that kind of thing. So the brain's doing a lot of work, especially if you're doing this first thing in the morning without a cup of coffee. There's your single leg balance.
I know a lot of you are thinking, hey, that wasn't an A or B when I was doing the alphabet. I was doing it in Hebrew. So just trying to
just mix things up a bit.
Have fun with it. So this is what we call the YTWs, and you're going to see, because we're making letters, a Y, a T, and yes, a W. So first Carrie's going to show you the Y.
First, let me show you scapular retraction. Belly button is drawn in. You just bring the shoulder blades back. That is the position you're going to start with, and hold that throughout the whole movement. You can talk to if you want.
Thank you for sharing. So you're going up to a gentle range of motion, keeping that scapular retraction engaged, head up, chin up. And again, if you're doing these correct, there's friction on this thing. You're feeling, you're pulling, it's going to want to go back to what we have as a lazy stance. And that's what the shoulders forward, and that's not, you want to keep that back engaged. And I can actually show you her back, and you can see that. You can see that. Give me a Y. You can see how it's engaged.
I'll show relaxed.
There's relaxed. Now engaged. See how that? There you go. Bang. Beautiful thing. That is the Y. Now we're going to go to the T. I know. And yeah, and you're going to feel that this is a lot of the times those little rhomboids that are back there, we've nicknamed them the chicken nuggets. They're very small muscle, but a lot of people, they're underdeveloped.
Yep.
And therefore they are going to scream, and they usually don't scream loud until the next day. So people say, oh, this is a gentle motion, but you're going to feel this.
Wait until tomorrow.
Yeah.
Here's the Y.
Now we have the T, and she puts her hands in supination, which is like a soup bowl, so they're turned up, which is the other way would be pronation, which would be down. So this is supination, and they're open, and the back is still engaged. Yes. See? Even she does. Ah-ha-ha. It's a good sound. So now we have the T. Now we're going to go to the W. So coming forward again, she goes back to pronation. And this is like the drawing of a bow. So she pulls back, And there's a resistance. There's an application here where don't just let your arms draw back. Like I actually put resistance to it, and then it goes in the upward. So draw, upward. There's your W.
Shoulder rotation.
Yes, now you have shoulder rotation. So you're engaging those shoulder muscles. So you can actually put it all together for more of an advanced move when you start getting advanced with the warm-up. So there's the Y, T, W. Incorporated it all together.
There you go. I'm telling you, if you do at least 10 of each specific movements and then 20 of them all linked together, you are going to feel it. All right, guys, this is my favorite movement. This is called the hip crossover. You're going to feel a nice stretching along the side of your chest area all the way down. This is actually the one that if you're not careful you might fall asleep doing because it just feels so good. So Ken's going to lay down to the ground. Notice how he's placed his arms outward to the side. That'll give you a nice good stretch. So what you're going to do is you're going to keep your feet together and your knees together, and you're going to let your knees gently fall to the right or to the left. But notice how he has kept his feet stacked. They're one on top of each other. He's going to let it fall gently. He's going to engage his core and bring the knees back up to center. Then he's going to let them fall to the opposite side and relax the abdominal complex. Then he engages the abdominal area, draws the knees to the other side, and then relaxes. And you should be feeling, Ken, where do you feel it? Can you show?
Yeah, I feel it actually in my hamstrings. Mostly that's where I feel it. I feel it in the side obliques. I feel that pull through here. And again, it's really going to dictate on how your physical abilities and where you are in the journey is really going to tell where you feel this thing. So some people might feel it completely somewhere else. Just by lifting their legs like this, you might feel their glute going, oh, or they might feel it in their thighs. It's all okay. You're going to feel it throughout. I just happen to feel it more in here because I'm a little tight from yesterday. So that's where I feel it.
Just also make sure that you don't force your knees to the ground. Let gravity just bring them over to the side. This is, once again, my favorite feel-good moment. All right.
Okay, now we're going to warm up the glute with the glute bridge, and we're going to this is kind of one of our trademark when we were doing axe, and this is the big BAM move. We're going to take the BAM out because we don't need to do the BAM.
It's more fun with a lot of people in it.
Yeah, I'll give a BAM just for a nostalgic sake. But so all you're really doing is, again, core is always engaged, drawing that in. My hands go down where Carrie's are in that 45-degree angle, just for stabilizing, and you're going to throw that pelvic region forward. And then you fire the glute. You're going to just kick that thing in, and it gets rigid. And you're probably going to feel this in your hamstrings as well as the front on your quads and glute and the abdominal region. This engages quite a bit. So let's just see one. Bam! I'll just throw one in. That's the only one you're going to get, though.
Hold it for 3 seconds. Make sure you're focusing on your glutes. You don't want necessarily those hamstrings to be the primary mover. If you've been sitting on your bum for a long time, it may want to engage, but you're focusing on your bum. Hold it for 3 or 5 or 10, however you want to, and then drop it back down. And then up. And then right back down.
Again, that is the glute bridge.